right, well, my name is Dr. J. We're standing in historic Tombstone, Arizona. Tombstone got its start because of silver mining. This was one of the richest silver strikes in United States history. And the gentleman that discovered that silver was a feller by the name of Ed Shefflin. Old Ed was based out of nearby Fort Huachuca, and because this was Apache country, it was mighty dangerous for him to prospect these hills all by himself. All the soldiers over at Fort Huachuca used to kid Ed, and they'd tell him that all he'd ever find over here would be his very own tombstone. Well, Ed got the best of him, because he did stumble on one of them richest silver strikes in U.S. history, and to kind of get back at those naysayers, he named his first claim the Tombstone. By 1881, this was one of the largest cities between St. Louis and San Francisco, believe it or not. By the time the Earps left here in the spring of 1882, Tombstone already had running water and telephones connecting some of the mining operations. During the height of its boom period, Tombstone even boasted an Oyster Bar, a gentleman's reading room where people could sit in wing-back chairs with a crystal brandy snifter and peruse more than 70 periodicals. Can't even do that today. You could also get fresh seafood here in Tombstone. Now that's quite a trick. Seeing as the nearest ocean is probably about 600 or 800 miles away, they'd catch them fish in the Gulf of California, pack them in ice, get them on a train, and that would take it as far as Tucson. Then it was a 14-hour stagecoach ride to get that food here. If you could afford it, you could have fresh seafood. Allen Street really was more of our entertainment district. That would have been where all the saloons, by some accounts more than 100 of them, were. That's where all the casinos, all the elegant hotels, and of course, let's not forget the red light district. 24 hours a day, we had oxen-drawn ore wagons plying Allen Street. It must have been quite a sight to see, not to mention what it had to have smelled like. Many of the businesses on Allen Street actually had mine shafts that opened directly into their basements. That was for the convenience of the miners who had just spent 10 hours underground by candlelight with a 4-pound sledge and a drill bit. After 10 hours, 4,000 plus miners would hit Allen Street with a powerful thirst and in need of female companionship. For $1, which by the way would be the equivalent today of about $30, a tired, drunk, lonely miner could spend some time with a young lady. Yeah, the Earp era only lasted about 28 months. And just think of all the books and all the movies and all the references that have been made over the years hence to the OK Corral, Doc Holliday, Wyatt Earp, and that infamous gun battle that took place on Fremont Street. That's the gun battle that you all would know as the gunfight at the OK Corral. There was a lot of things that could get you, and even though we like to romanticize the boomtown of Tombstone, pretty much most of the people that died an untimely death either died due to a mining accident or due to disease. A lot of people coming to Tombstone are curious about, of course, that famous gunfight at the OK Corral. Not very many people realize, however, that that gunfight didn't take place in the OK Corral. It didn't even take place at the OK Corral. It took place near the OK Corral. Now, how could that happen? Well, when it took place, of course, it created quite a stir. Word reached Tucson that there had been an incident on Fremont Street. Telegraph said, there's been a gunfight on Fremont Street. Telegraph comes back, where? Well, near the corner of 3rd and Fremont, of course. Oh, we need more. Well, it was near the Harwood House. Never heard of it. Okay, well, I'd say it was about 200 feet or so from the rear entrance of the OK Corral. Got it. All right, now, if you'd like to find out who the most dangerous and feared man in Tombstone was, you're just going to have to come on my walking tour. The basic tour runs about an hour, give or take, depending on the questions you have, of course. It's personalized to your interests. And I am Dr. J. You can visit my website at www.tombstonewalkingtours.com. We'll be looking for you.